You're 16. You're on your knees on a driveway. The drain plug is stripped, your knuckles are bleeding, and the YouTube video is buffering. The mechanic down the street wanted $95 to do what you're teaching yourself for free. You don't know it yet, but you just started a career that could end with you selling a business for $500,000. Or it could break your back, steal your weekends, and leave you making less than a nurse. The difference between those two outcomes isn't talent. It's not even skill. It's knowing exactly which moves to make, at every level. This is every stage of being an auto mechanic in America. The money, the math, and the traps nobody tells you about. Let's go. Level 1, age 16. The driveway. It starts with a YouTube video and a $45 parts run to Walmart. 5 quarts of full synthetic, a filter, and a stripped drain plug you spend 40 minutes fighting. The shop down the street wanted $94.99. You did it for $45. And your knuckles. And 2 hours on a Saturday. That's when the math starts making sense to you, not in a classroom, but on a concrete driveway with grease under your nails. Next weekend you do the brakes, pads and rotors. The shop quoted $300. Parts cost you $80. Your dad checks your work, nods. Doesn't say much. That nod means more than any certificate you'll ever get. You sign up for auto shop at school. The teacher is a retired Ford tech missing a fingernail on his right hand. He tells the class, this trade pays. You're already thinking about the clutch job waiting in the driveway. There are roughly 50,000 students in ASE-accredited programs right now. Most of them will wash out before they ever see a paycheck. The ones who stay, the ones who go home and do it for real, not just in class, those are the ones this story is about. Level 2, age 18. The Lube Pit. Your first real job pays $14.90 per hour. You stand in a concrete trench. Cars drive over your head. Drain. Swap. Top off. Vacuum. Rotate. 15 minutes per vehicle. 8 to 15 cars a day. The customer pays $94.99. You take home $14.90. You do the math your first week and something curdles inside you. There's a guy named Marco who's been in the pit 4 years. He's tired in the way that goes all the way down. You won't learn anything here past oil and filters, he tells you. You strip a drain plug on a 14 Camry. The manager docks your pay for the part. Your back tweaks pulling a stuck filter, and then tweaks again the next morning reaching for the coffee pot. The national median for this work is $35,310 a year. You read that on your phone on break and laugh out loud. A hollow laugh. The kind that sounds like a decision being made. You pull up the ASE exam prep app. You start studying. Because the math doesn't work here and you refuse to let it stay that way. Marco quits 6 months later. Goes to Tesla. Hourly pay, no flat rate, no dispatch games. He texts you a picture of his first check. You stare at it for a long time. Level 3, age 20. The flat rate floor. A dealership hires you because you passed your A4 and A5 certifications, $62 per test, $34 to register, money you scrape together from Lube Pit Fridays. The service manager hands you a paper. $10 per hour are flat rate. Hourly minimum for the first 90 days. After that, you eat what you kill. Your first strong week, you flag 50 hours in 40 clock hours. Brakes, rotations, and alignment, 2 batteries. The paycheck hits $1,500. You screenshot it and text your mom. Then the shop goes cold. You flag 22 hours. Then 18. The dispatcher, a guy who has never held a wrench, routes all the gravy jobs to his buddy in Bay 4. You're buried in warranty work that pays a fraction. This is when 60% of techs think about quitting. Most of them follow through. Then the Snap-on truck pulls up. Mike, the dealer, has a roll cab ready for you. $11,675. $2,900 down. $53 a week for 5 years. You sign. You just took on 5 years of debt to do your job. Mike claps you on the shoulder. Drives to the next bay. You sit on the box that night. The drawers slide on ball bearings. It smells like new vinyl. 57% of mechanics spend $60,000 or more on tools in a career. You just started. The next morning you go in and flag 54 hours in 4 days. The math works. Then it doesn't. Then it does. This is just the shape of this trade. Level 4, age 27. Master Tech. You pass A1 through A8. All 8 certifications. Master Automobile Technician. There are roughly 58,000 people in America who can say that, out of 887,000 working techs. You are in the top 6.5%. You wear the patch. The dealer moves you off the maintenance rack. You're on diagnostic tickets now. Average pay for someone at your level, $71,593. The 90th percentile, $106,777. You're knocking on the door. A 2019 turbocharged sedan comes in under powertrain warranty. Misfire, cylinder 3, intermittent. 3 other techs looked at it. Couldn't crack it. You scope the injectors. Read freeze frame. Pull the timing cover. The engine has to come down. GM books the job at 8.6 warranty hours. You know what that means before the first bolt is off. It takes you 3 full days. 3 days on your back, on the phone with tech assistants, running down a fault that hides every time the car warms up. You flag 8.6 hours. For 72 hours of actual work, the customer pays $95 per hour at the counter. Warranty reimburses the dealer at $68. You learn this gap is structural. Nobody's going to fix it for you. Your FDRS subscription just jumped to $1,200 a year. Toyota TechStream is another $480. You pay both. Your tools now cost more per year than your kid's daycare. But you're the only person in the building who can solve what just came in. And everyone, the service writer, the manager, the other techs, knows it. Level 5, age 34. Master and Foreman. You pass L1 on your 4th attempt. Advanced Engine Performance Specialist. A guy on YouTube famously did it on his 5th. You felt less alone reading that. You add L4, the Advanced Driver Assistance System cert, the shop makes you lead tech. Foreman pay averages $82,739. BMW specialists at the 90th percentile clear $148,985. A Mercedes comes in, intermittent no start. 3 shops have already thrown parts at it. A starter. A fuel pump. A control module. None of it fixed anything. You scope the CAN bus on a cold morning at 7 a.m. You watch the body controller drop off the network for 90 milliseconds every time the wheel turns left. You trace the wiring loom to a chafe point under the steering column. $2 of wire. 8 hours to find it. The customer pays for 1. You bill the rest as goodwill. The owner approves it because you're the only person who could have found it. You take a hybrid and EV training course. 7 days. $5,500 out of pocket. You come back and the shop bills an extra $40,000 in EV diagnostic work your first quarter. None of that shows up directly in your check. You meet a shop owner at a conference. He sold his 2nd location. Runs a mentorship program for techs now. He looks you in the eye and says, the wrenches will never pay you what you're worth. Ever. Build something, or accept that. You drive home. You think about it the whole way. Level 6, age 41 to 56. The owner. You buy a 4-bay independent shop from a guy who's ready to walk away. You sign for $900,000. Put $200,000 down. The bank carries the rest. Your first Monday as the owner, you adjust the thermostat. That's the whole job that day. You don't fix cars anymore. You manage 3 techs, a service writer, parts vendors, a Napa contract, garage liability insurance, and Google Ads. National average labor rate in 2024, $142 per hour. You set yours at $149. Average annual revenue per bay for a well-run shop, $203,000. 4 bays. You do the math. You learn to read a P&L the way you used to read freeze frame data. You learn that a loaded tech costs $45 per hour and a 65% labor margin requires a posted rate of at least $128 per hour. You learn that a buyer will pay 2.69x your seller's discretionary earnings. 15 years go by. The lifts are the same lifts. Bay 2 still has that oil stain shaped like Florida that was there when you bought the place. The buyer is 34. He has 2 master patches and a wife who runs his books. He's putting $200,000 down, the same number you put down 15 years ago. You shake his hand. Walk the bays one last time. The check clears on a Tuesday. $549,900. Plus the 15 years of owner draw stacked behind it. Plus the house. Plus the back surgery in 2019, because the injury rate for mechanics is 185.9 per 10,000 workers, and you were one of them. Plus the marriage that held. Plus the marriage of a guy you used to work with that didn't. There's a kid in Bay 3. He's 19. First month on the job. He's draining the oil on a Civic. Making $14.90 an hour. He doesn't look up when you walk past. He doesn't know you. He doesn't know that the guy who just sold this building started exactly where he is, on a driveway, with a stripped bolt, watching a YouTube video. You drive home. The garage is empty. You don't own a single wrench anymore.